Welcome to episode 6. I'm John Marshall. This is Crushing It, where we celebrate ordinary people doing extraordinary things. This morning, my guest is Girish from Mumbai, India. He's one of the students in my life coaching class, and he has done some extraordinary things in his pandemic world, and you'll see that in our interview.
Girish, welcome. It's good to see you.
Thank you, John. Good to see you as well. And good morning to you.
Yes, and it's good evening to you. But what I'd like you to do, we've been talking and you have a fabulous story about so many great things that has happened to you in this pandemic. And I want you to share that. Could you do that this morning?
Yes, sure. I think this pandemic was an unprecedented challenge for anybody in this universe, right? And I don't think so. In my 46 years, I've seen that you pick up the phone and speak to anyone in America, Africa, anywhere, and we all are talking about the same thing, right? So I think it's unprecedented. But a couple of good things, there was a choice that whether you can sit and sulk about it or try to stay positive and do something different. So a couple of good things that happened to me, John, was that I crossed my first Ironman finish line just 7 days before the lockdown started across the globe. And I'm an Ironman finisher in New Zealand, and that's fantastic, life-changing experience for me.
Oh, that's amazing.
And then, I come back and, my business, my startup, my core focus is in aviation and business travel, and which is affected the most, during this pandemic. So we pivoted, we innovated, we got into some new business and said, how can we actually keep the business going, right? And I also do some consulting for a US-based brand marketing digital company. Even there, one of the key focus was I told my leadership team that we are not going to send anyone home, we are not going to cut anybody's salary, and we are going to pay everyone on time. And let's put our head together and say, how are we going to do this? And until now, God is kind. I think we are able to manage salaries on time. And now I'm started training for another milestone, which is Comrades Run in South Africa, and said, how can we keep myself busy with some learning? And that's how I joined Symbiosis New York, to get my life coaching and executive coaching certification, because I thought that this is a time to give back to the society and see how we can actually make some difference to people's life. So these like very, very interesting things that we could manage during the 6 months. We pivoted and we stayed focused.
I love the word you just said is give back. So many people right now are saying, give me, government, give me, so-and-so, you owe me. What do we do? What do we do? And what are you doing? You're saying, no, we're going to make sure that we come through this solid. And you did something else. Not only did you do your Ironman and your training for a huge challenge you said in South Africa, right? But you also decided to up and move in the middle of all of this. Tell me about that.
In fact, one of the biggest thing was I've been trying to last, couple of years. I've been thinking of moving into a bigger house, and this was a time when most of the real estate developers, were doing very badly in the business, and we negotiated a very good deal. And now seeing that how can we actually, trade off some assets that we have and move into this new property very soon. So these are some great things that happened during the COVID for me personally.
Well, that's fantastic. I really appreciate you taking the time this morning. And where are you? Not just India. Where in India?
I'm in Mumbai.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in Mumbai, India, in the western suburbs of Mumbai, very close to the international airport.
And if anybody wanted to follow your story more closely, you're on Facebook, LinkedIn. Where do they find you?
I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Twitter.
Fantastic. Well, Girish, I really appreciate you taking some time to speak with me. And I know you've got a busy evening ahead of you, so I'll let you go and just keep going out and making the difference you are, because it matters to people. Share your story, not just with me, with anybody and everybody that can hear it, because people need inspiration right now.
Thank you very much, John, for talking to me, and really enjoyed. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
So that was Girish, and one of the things he didn't share in the story that he'd shared with me when we were getting ready for the interview is the fact that on journey to his Ironman, his entire crew and teammates all backed off because of the pandemic. As country after country started shutting down, he found himself caught and quite abandoned in his journey, but yet he was still able to go forward and complete the Ironman. Not only that, when he came back home to a closed down India, he turned and pivoted his entire organization to take advantage of what was going on. And these are the stories that we want to hear. So if you know anyone that is doing something extraordinary, that's doing something that's changing the lives of others, let us know. Drop us a note. Send me an email at john@peakperformancecoaching.ca, and we'd love to interview them. So that's it for today. I'm John Marshall. This is Crushing It, and we'll see you next time.